It's the best way to start your NFL Sunday. Welcome, everybody, back to Sunday Morning Slants. I'm your host, Matt Watson, joined alongside Mason and Kyle. How are we tonight, gentlemen?
Man, pretty good, but I bet you're doing pretty bad. Pretty
Well,
bad for the big hoss.
we're gonna hit the music, guys.
Rest in peace, Bo Nix. He's just
Josh Allen in the biggest game of his life, and then loses his ankle. A real shame. Yeah, no, that sucked. So obviously, if you're watching this, you like football. I think the Broncos-Bills was the best game of this past weekend. Only game that wasn't actually trash. Well, the Bears and Rams was pretty solid, but I think Broncos-Bills had the best game of the weekend. The Broncos prevail over Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, ending Josh Allen's best chance to win a Super Bowl to date. Bo Nix on the second to last play breaks his ankle, fractured it, whatever you want to call it. He's out for the rest of the season. Jarrett Stidham is the now starting for the Denver Broncos at quarterback against the New England Patriots on Sunday in the AFC Championship game. What a world. So yeah, we're going to get into it. But first, before we start talking about the games, I wanted to provide an update on our playoff draft. If you watched that episode a few weeks back, you will know that Mason and Kyle were in a heated rivalry. Wink, wink. And it came to, passionate, raw sports takes. And so it came down to it. But the way that things felt, because of your picks, so you both went, you both loaded up. And by loading up, it got you this far. But however, it's going to secure Kyle the victory. He has the Broncos and the Patriots left. Mason has the Seahawks and the Rams. But however it shakes out, even with the Super Bowl victory, Mason would be 1 point behind Kyle. So Kyle's going to win the inaugural playoff draft. So congratulations to you, Kyle.
Let's go. I'll take the first DraftKings sponsorship.
There you go. Yeah. Use code Kyle for 15% off bonus bets. This is not a gambling sponsor. So yeah, Kyle finishes first, Mason finishes second, I finished third, and Pat finishes last with 5 points.
Bring it up to me.
So that was eliminated after wild card weekend.
If only Pat could list off more NFL divisions, maybe he would have gotten the first pick, and you never know.
Maybe he would have gotten the first pick. That could have changed things. He still would have taken the Eagles first.
He took the Eagles and the Colts.
Yeah, big rips there. But yeah, so if you haven't watched that episode, check it out to see how that draft shook out. But Kyle is the winner. So yeah, heading into Championship Sunday, Broncos host the Patriots at 3:30, and then the Seahawks will host the Rams at 6:00, or maybe I had that. Maybe it's 3:00. And
I think it's 6:30.
Yeah, okay, 3:00. Broncos, Patriots, 6:30. Rams, Seahawks. So yeah, talking about the Broncos Bills a little bit. Josh Allen has 4 turnovers. With just, I know there's a lot of controversy on that interception at the end of the game in overtime. That's a pick, by the way. Thank you, everybody. Allen had 4 turnovers. James Cook with a fumble, so 5 offensive turnovers for the Buffalo Bills. Broncos did have 1 on a Bo Nix interception, but they won the turnover battle. I believe the teams who had 4 or more, or were losing the turnover battle by 4 or more, were like 1-82 in playoff games. So the Bills were trying to become the second team. And they could not. A last-second Will Lutz field goal brings home the victory for the Broncos. The celebration begins before the news hits. So, Kyle, I'll start with you here. Just overall takeaways on that matchup, and what are your thoughts on the Broncos moving forward without Bo Nix?
Yeah, man. So that game was something, man. I mean, Josh Allen, he was something, all right. I mean, this was their best shot this year. I mean, you look at the rest of the division or the rest of the conference. You have the Patriots, and then you have the Sam Darnold-led Rams, or that would be crazy. But no, Sam Darnold-led Seahawks or the Rams. So no boogeyman and Pat Mahomes to disrupt Josh Allen's run. So instead, he did it himself with a key fumble at the end of the half, which gave the 3 points that actually won the Broncos the game. So if he decided he wasn't going to try to take off and fill his playoff stats a little more with some rushing yards at the end of the half, maybe they actually win this game. That didn't happen. Now his head coach is fired. His GM somehow got upgraded to president of football ops, which is crazy because he's drafted 2 Pro Bowlers since drafting Josh Allen, which is crazy because literally they'll make anybody a Pro Bowler. Look at Cam Jurgens this year. He was literally the worst freaking center in the league. So it ain't that hard to draft Pro Bowlers, and he just refuses to. So Bills overall, this might have been their – well, I mean, with Josh Allen, you're always going to have a shot, and it's not exactly like they have some super team. So, I mean, even if they get a little worse, a little better, Josh can still carry them a little bit. So I believe they'll be back. But with the Broncos, man, the Broncos. Sorry, Matt, but I mean, Surtain looked like he was hurt every other game this year, and then all of a sudden Bo Nix goes down on a random injury in the last play. It's brutal way. They must have took all the injury luck for Pat Surtain and just put it right on Bo Nix, used him like a voodoo doll. And it all came back at the end of the game. So that's brutal. I don't have to worry about that because my team won Super Bowl last year with our starting quarterback. So that's good for us. But I think I like them actually now. I like them more than I did when they were Bo Nix led, because it's kind of like that meme where you sell something and then you buy something. Oh, it could be as good as the thing you sold. That's what I feel like. I think Jared Stidham could be good as Bo Nix. Could not be. It could be a total disaster. But as long as he doesn't turn the ball over 4 times like C.J. Stroud did last week, I think they'll be in good position.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, there's a lot of arguments that all season long. Everybody was saying, well, the Broncos are good because of the defense, not because of Bo Nix. And then those same people are turning around and saying, well, they have no shot without Bo Nix on Sunday.
No, I'm a certified Bo Nix hater, and I'm actually more confident in the Broncos now than I was last week. So
I'm sure you are. I mean, the fact that Bo Nix outplayed Josh Allen in a playoff game is insane to me. Did not see that one coming. I thought he would be fine. I thought he'd have a good game, but he outplayed Josh Allen clearly.
All right, that's like beating Lightning McQueen when he popped 3 tires. It's not that impressive.
Is it not, though? I mean,
Josh Allen has had 6 drives in overtime. He scored 3 points.
Sounds like a Josh Allen issue more
exactly.
than anything else.
McQueen with 2 tires.
Nick should have had 4 touchdown passes in the game. Little Jordan Humphrey dropped a dime in the corner of the end zone, which would have been
my goat.
I mean, he did make up for it later in the game, but I mean, this is another thing too. Bo Nix is throwing a Little Jordan Humphrey in a AFC divisional game. Sutton didn't have a catch until 2 minutes with the fourth, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bo Nix isn't working with all stars, but I don't know, something about Jared Stidham gets me confident.
Yes. So for anybody who hasn't seen it, Stidham has not thrown a pass in over 2 years. I think he's played like 1 snap where he took a knee or handed the ball off. He has not thrown a pass in an NFL game since week 18 of 2023, when the Broncos played the Chargers in a last, I think it was like New Year's Eve or whatever. They were both eliminated at that point, and they were just playing. And Stidham got the starts because they benched Russell Wilson a few weeks prior. So that's how long it's been since he's, in a sense, really played in an NFL game. And now we're heading into the AFC Championship game against the team that drafted him. So, Mason, I'll give you a chance to give your thoughts on the game, as well as just what do you expect out of the Broncos offense against New England on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the game, obviously Josh Allen, that's just tough. Poor Joshy, I mean, you just can't do that. You can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to win. Kind of makes you think, like, I know we like to bring everything back to the Eagles here, but I really think that these NFL teams just need to find a happy medium between turning the ball over and being super conservative. I don't think what the Eagles are doing is exactly a recipe for success, because eventually it's going to bite you. I mean, they won the turnover battle in their playoff game. It didn't work.
Prevent offense is the way to go.
Prevent offense. But clearly that doesn't work out. But also, I mean, how many times are we going to see it in the playoffs where these teams are just turning over the ball left and right? It's just not a recipe for success. And yeah, I think at this point, Josh Allen probably just blew. I know they didn't have home field advantage throughout this playoffs, but probably just the weakest field that he's going to play. I mean, next year, are you going to tell me that Lamar, Burrow, or Mahomes are going to find their way back in the playoffs? And he clearly has not been able to beat them. So yeah, really tough for the Bills. In terms of the Broncos, I was kind of like in Kyle's boat, where I was kind of like, maybe Jared Stidham, maybe he could get something going. But then I checked the stat sheet for this game, which I have pulled up right here. And Bo Nix was actually the leading rusher of this game with 29 yards. It's quite concerning to me that the Broncos have absolutely no rush attack since I believe J.K. Dobbins went down, and pretty much it's just fallen off a cliff since then. So kind of tough to just throw a quarterback in there who hasn't really taken a snap in like 2 years or a meaningful snap in 2 years and just put it on all on his shoulders. Like if this were the Eagles last year where it was just Saquon Barkley and you could just say, just hand the ball off and he's going to get like 150 yards, then like, okay, maybe they have a shot. But with just no support for Jared Stidham, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. The Patriots haven't exactly looked like world beaters. Obviously, the defense has played pretty well, but in terms of the offense, they played a couple tough defenses. Obviously, the Texans and the Chargers, and they're going to be playing another one here in the Broncos. Haven't exactly been lighting the world on fire, so I think this game could be closer than maybe some people expect in the next coming week, but it's going to be tough. He's not going to have a lot of support, unfortunately. Not a lot of great receivers, not a lot of great running attack. It's
Bo Nix is the Broncos offense, like point blank. I mean, he is their offense. I think he had the ball in his hands like 87% of snaps. Obviously, quarterback has most of them, but then he's running too. I think he had 8 or 9 rushes in that game. He is their offense, and Stidham's going to have to come in, and it's not like he doesn't have talent really around him. Cortland Sutton's is number 1. I mean, they might have J.K. Dobbins back. They activated him. He has 10 days to put back on the roster, so there's a chance they get Dobbins back, but he's not. I can't imagine he's going to be full go on Sunday if they play. I mean, R.J. Harvey is a nice talent. I think he's a good player. He's not an elite running back by any means, though, especially in the run game. I think he's better as a receiving back. Troy Franklin got banged up in this game. Pat Bryant got banged up in this game. Marvin Mims is more of a kick returner than a pure receiver, although he had that really nice touchdown in the end of regulation to take the lead. Then I mentioned little Jordan Humphrey. Like, these are not world-class wide receivers he's going to be throwing to. Evan Ingram really didn't make a mark on the offense this season, so Stidham's going to have his work cut out for him. But I think, like, going back to it, if he doesn't turn the ball over and the Broncos defense plays well, I think there's a path to winning this game. New England as a franchise is 0-4 Mile High in playoff games. So they have that going for them. Drake May has not looked good in either of his playoff games. I mean, I know he's won both of them, and you have to give him credit for that. But they scored 16 points against the Chargers to win, and the Texans turned over the ball 35 times against them on Sunday. And they still barely, really, until the very end is when they kind of started putting up points. But for the most part, it was a slugfest. So it's kind of crazy that Drake May is the second most accomplished quarterback remaining in the playoffs. Stafford's got the ring, and then May has 2 playoff wins. Darnold has 1 because he had to bye. So in theory, Drake May is the second best quarterback remaining. It's a huge disadvantage for the Broncos, but at the end of the day, another thing too, they're gonna play with nothing to lose because nobody expects them to win at this point with a backup. So they might as well just go out, throw everything they have left, because what's it gonna hurt? You're not gonna get picked to win. Your defense has to probably play perfect. You might have to score on defense or special teams to pull this thing out. So I don't know.
Bring out the underdog mask. We'll ship them over.
The Bo Nix Overdogs quote. I don't know if you saw those t-shirts.
This lack of faith in the GOAT Jared Stidham is disgusting.
Well, there is no lack of faith.
They're dropping 30. They're dropping 30. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go around. Broncos host the Patriots Sunday, 3:00. Kyle, who are you going to pick in this game?
Let's go, Broncos. 30 bomb incoming.
Mason, I'll go to you. Broncos, Patriots.
Oh, God. I'm going to pick the Broncos. I'm going to keep fading the Patriots.
All right.
Oh, now Matt's got to look like a homer.
Jared Stidham is going to create a QB controversy. It's going to happen.
Let's go. We love those. We're familiar.
After he's hoisting up the Lombardi, it's going to be, is it Nix or is it Stidham?
They're going to build a shrine for him in the locker room, and then Bo Nix is going to get angry.
You want Denver is what he's going to whisper to Sean Payton before Sean Payton tells him to get that hell back in the huddle and listen to my
throw the fucking 3-yard screen.
Yeah, 3-yard screen to Troy Franklin. He gets tackle 4 yards behind the line. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I know none of us are high on the Patriots, and I know we're all kind of hoping for some chaos, but 3 picks for the Denver Broncos with Jared Stidham.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. Love an underdog in this show. And then that takes us to the final game. The Rams at the Seahawks. Just kind of preface this game a little bit. The Rams all season long were like Super Bowl favorites. It was really them in Buffalo that everybody was picking to win the big game. They fell off a little bit towards the end, costing them the 1 seed, costing them the division, forcing them to play that extra game. They've gone on the road for this playoff run, but they've gotten to the dance, and now they're going to play the Seattle Seahawks, who look like world beaters. I mean, they beat the brakes off the 49ers last weekend. I know the Niners were banged up, but still, I mean, they from the jump. I mean, Shaheed's kick return touchdown to start the game. The Niners never had a chance after that. So I know we've made a lot this year about whether or not Sam Darnold has it. I know in our MVP prediction episode, I picked Darnold, Mason picked Stafford, and we talked about how these two guys were playing the best in the league. So I do think it's a little ironic that it's going to come down to both of them in this final game. But Mason, I'll start with you. Are you going to ride with Matt Stafford, your guy all season long, your MVP pick? Do you think he gets the job done, goes back to another Super Bowl, or are you going to go with the young, hungry Seattle Seahawks?
So all year and all playoffs, I've been saying that the Rams are the team to beat. If they're firing on all cylinders, they're the most talented. I think Matt Stafford's been playing like the MVP this year. But at this point, I mean, it's tough. They had 2 playoff games where they just did not look like how I expect them to, I guess. I know we talked about at the beginning that their defense the last half of the year has really fallen off, and maybe that could bite them. And now they needed to pull it out at the end of the game to win against the Panthers, and it went to overtime against the Bears. 2 teams that I wouldn't exactly say I thought were the strongest going into the playoffs. I know the Bears turned out to look pretty good. But obviously Caleb Williams with a lot of inaccuracy issues and some turnover issues as well. I just feel like the Seahawks are playing better football right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Seahawks. I think the defense is going to give the Rams a lot of trouble. And I think that, I mean, I don't know if exactly that Sam Darnold has shaken the whole playoff big game accusations against him that he can't perform. But, I mean, the Rams defense hasn't exactly – they just haven't been good. So I don't think that Sam Darnold's going to go out there and turn the ball over 5 times. I think that he's going to just do what it takes to win. I mean, they manhandled the 49ers, and he really didn't have to do that much. See, I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
All right. Before we get to Kyle, I will say your pick of Broncos over Rams for the Super Bowl is the only one still alive at this point.
That is
but
true.
You are flipping the script. It's funny that you're sticking with the Broncos part of that in terms of picking it out of the AFC and flipping
Emotional hedge.
Bro, you gotta ride with the Rams, bro. That's your pick.
Yeah.
Honestly, I forgot.
Got all this
It's
weight
fine.
right in front of you.
It's fine. I'm picking with my head, not my heart, except on the other side. Because let's ride.
Let's ride.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, I'll go to you. Rams on the road in Seattle. The 12th man will be pumped. Can Matt Stafford overcome a road trip to the Super Bowl at this point and get the Rams back to the big game?
Yeah, man. So I think the Rams got a little unlucky getting an NFC West matchup for the championship because unless it was the Eagles last year playing the Commies, usually these things are dog fights because it's just another divisional game basically with the highest stakes. So it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen. As Mason pointed out, will Sam Darnold look like a total bum like he did at the end of last year when stakes were high? Did last game, did the Shaheed touchdown, and then just kind of cruising from there. Did that help him live that game and maybe get more comfortable with the playoffs in general? I guess we'll find out. And then the Rams defense overall has been very poor to end the season. And then they kind of got diced by the Bears, and then the Panthers. It was close the whole time. So they've been living on a thin margin there, and I don't know if they have the gas to beat the Seahawks at home. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Hawks. Hopefully Matt picks the Rams, so it's not just total biased homers over here. But yeah, I'm going to go Seahawks. We're going to get a Darnold Stidham Super Bowl. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get about 10 viewers for the Super Bowl. That's it. You're going to see prices for Super Bowl commercials go.
Good. Let those ticket prices drop. Maybe I'll go if Stidham carries us.
Buying a jersey is Stidham or Darnold if they get in.
You should get both and then
patch.
show them together. Yeah.
Anybody know a good sewer? We can sell them together.
If you listen to this podcast and you're good at sewing, feel free to reach out at Matt Watson Media on socials. We'll get in contact.
Get a nice little hybrid shirt.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Would
sure
you wear
that'll go
one?
over real well.
You're a Broncos fan.
What's that?
Would you wear the hybrid shirt?
I would not. No, the Seahawks have done nothing but emotional damage to.
Oh, yeah, that's
Broncos
right. It'd
fans.
be a rematch, and then they'll beat you again 40 to fucking whatever the score was.
Don't need that again. And
Yeah,
then
actually, yeah, that'd be great because
you're
going to see that again.
Yeah, we really might. So yeah, that is certainly an option, which I'm hoping to avoid. I don't think the NFL wants to see another blowout in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. I don't think that would make Goodell very happy.
Last year was great because everybody wanted to see the Chiefs get the belt.
You're right.
This
Everybody
year,
did
it's
want to see that, but the game was over by halftime. The game. Well, this year, hopefully, the game's not over by halftime before we get
only
the
saving grace is if it's a close game because then at least you got two dogs going at it. But if it's just the Seahawks laying belt on the Broncos, then it's like again, Jesus.
Again. Yeah, I don't want to go through with that one again. But all right, yeah, down to me, and I am going to pick the Rams. I know when we did the prediction, I picked Bills over Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and I'm going to flip on the Seahawks here. I think there's just something to the idea that Matt Stafford is the most experienced guy left in these playoffs. I think that if the ball is in his hands with a minute to go and they need points, that he's going to get it. I think that the Rams defense, I don't think it's as good as the Seahawks, but I think it's comparable. They played two really tight games against each other this year. Seahawks won by 1. I think the Rams won by 2 in their 2 matchups. So these two teams, they obviously know each other well. It's going to be a tight game. I think the spread was 2.5 for Seattle, which is basically a toss-up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like the experience of Matt Stafford more than what Sam Darnold has done. I'm not necessarily saying that's going to be the final, factor in this one. I think that the Seahawks got lucky with their draw of the 49ers last week. I think the Rams could have done something similar in that matchup. I just don't think Seattle had anything left in the tank, or San Francisco had anything left in the tank, rather, after that win over the Eagles. So I think that they're using the 1 seed to their advantage. They had a bye, then they got a beat-up opponent in the second round. This is going to be their test. The Rams are battle-tested. They've been there before. McVay, Stafford. I know Puka and Devontae haven't gotten to this stage, but they're big-time players. I love the Rams on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm going to go with the Rams to upset the Seattle Seahawks. I think it'll be a Broncos-Rams Super Bowl. And even if it's Rams Patriots, you get the 2 MVPs, finalists, May versus Stafford, if that's the case. But I think Broncos Rams could be. I think if you remember, I think it's Oz the Specialist or whatever the guy's name is, the magician the mentalist, yeah. And he was in the Rams locker room and he had Devontae Adams give his Super Bowl pick off the top of the brain, and he said Rams Broncos. So maybe the mentalist had it right. Maybe the fix is in. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna trust the proven quarterback in Stafford, and I think that might be the difference in this one. So I will split and make sure we don't all have the same pick for this one as well. So yeah. And just to kind of recap, so Mason, you're up to 5-5 in your playoff picks at this point. Mm-hmm. So batting 500, it's all right. We're there. Pat's 4-6. I'm 7-3.
Wow.
Ethan is 3-3, and Kyle is 2-2. So Kyle also batting 500 here. Could be big for you. Could be huge.
Broncos, Hawks.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. And then we get to do a Super Bowl preview episode. So that'll be fun. We haven't done. I don't think we've made it to the Super Bowl like 4 years since. I know we did one
last year.
The only one I remember was the Chiefs Bucks.
Chiefs Bucks. That was like the first one we did.
Yeah. I just remember because my prediction was that the Bucks were just going to shut them down, the defense. And
wow. Visionary.
Ballnar.
And then what did I say? I said, I think the Chiefs had some offensive lineman hurt or something. I was like, you better watch out for that. And then I think, they went absolutely ballistic. The Bucks defense did. We were calling ball all the way back then in the day.
You're damn right. We've been around the block a few times. But yeah, so I mean that's where we are heading into Championship Sunday. Anything else that you guys kind of wanted to throw out there before we get into these big matchups?
Jarrett Stidham, Super Bowl MVP. Let's check the odds.
It's one of the most popular bets right
Dude,
now. I
it's
think it was like plus
electric.
1,500. Yeah.
I'm about to throw the house on it.
I better find it. It's not in the
Refinance your home and fucking put it
Refinance.
all on Jared Stidham Super Bowl
This
MVP.
is not gambling advice.
Jared Stidham. Let's find him. I'm gonna have to freaking control F his name. He's so far down the list.
I'm shocked he's not skyrocketing to the top. It's probably like Stafford minus 200.
Oh, dude, never mind. I freaking missed him. He's only plus 1,900. Take those
That's
odds.
definitely down.
Dude, he's top 6.
Yeah, because people are betting it. I mean, that sounds like a donation to me, but if the Broncos do win the Super Bowl, it'll be a defensive player who wins.
No, it's gonna be Jared Stidham taking him to the promised land. Nick Foles-esque.
I'm here for it. I'll say it right now. If the Broncos win the Super Bowl, I will buy a Jared Stidham Super Bowl patch jersey.
You should buy it even if they lose. If they make it with Jared Stidham.
No, I can't do that. It would certainly be a collector's item. I just don't think anybody else is collecting it. I think I'd be the collector. But all right.
About Nick Foles.
Those are our picks heading into Championship Sunday. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you let us know down below who you think is going to advance and play in Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. So appreciate everybody for checking us out, and have a good one.